Now, the U.S. Embassy in Sri Lanka tweeted about the Millennium Challenge Corporation today.
In a tweet, the embassy said the Millennium Challenge Corporation is a gift from the American people to the Sri Lankan people. The tweet further states, quote, "There has been a lot of misinformation about what it is and what it is not," end quote. Meanwhile, a US embassy spokesperson has said that if Sri Lanka demonstrates a pattern of actions inconsistent with the government's relating to the agreement with the Millennium Challenge Corporation, there can be consequences for the partnership. Speaking to the Daily Mirror newspaper, he added the consequences will include suspending or terminating assistance provided through the agreement to receive $480 million in grant from the Millennium Challenge Corporation of the United States. The spokesperson of the US Embassy said the agreement will increase access to land rights information, helping maximize government revenue from rents on state lands that are leased to the private sector for commercial development. Responding to allegations that the US was trying to take control of land in Sri Lanka under the MCC compact, the spokesperson added, quote, "The US will not own, control, or in any way administer land in Sri Lanka under the MCC compact. The government of Sri Lanka will retain oversight and control of land and roads undergoing improvements as part of the MCC compact," end quote.
Although the U.S. Embassy spokesperson said that the Millennium Challenge Corporation will not own or take control over the lands in Sri Lanka, two U.S. Senate officials visited Mailidi, Jaffna and inspected the lands and the Mailidi fisheries harbour yesterday. This is against a backdrop of the construction activities of the Palali airport commenced yesterday with funds provided by India. The U.S. Senate members inspected the lands in Mailidi, which is only 4 kilometers away from the Palali airport. Speaking to Newsfirst, Additional Divisional Secretary in Jaffna, Subramaniam Mulitharan, said he authorized the arrival of the two U.S. Senate officials following a phone call from Colombo. However, the Additional Divisional Secretary did not specify as to who made the phone call from Colombo. Meanwhile, Newsfirst inquired from the Secretary to the Ministry of Public Administration and Management, J.J. Ratnasiri, in this regard. The Secretary said Ministry was not aware of this visit made by the U.S. officials. He added that authorities cannot take measures based on instructions given by the embassies in Sri Lanka. The Secretary went on to note that the approval from the Ministry should be obtained prior to such visits. He added that even the diplomatic community must follow the due process of obtaining approval. According to the Secretary, approval must be obtained from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the Ministry of Home Affairs. When inquired from the Secretary to the Ministry of Home Affairs, Gamini Senviratna, he said that the Ministry was not informed in this regard. He added that he will inquire into this.
"I don't know who comes and leaves. I was not informed about this. I don't know what the US is expecting. This should be looked into by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. This is a good example to depict that USA is intervening into our affairs. This is something done by the embassies where they have surpassed the governor, the Ministry of Lands, Ministry of Resettlement and Ministry of Foreign Affairs. This cannot be accepted. The US ambassador has met me twice before. She has the contact number. She didn't even contact me."
Therefore, the question remains as to who authorized U.S. Senate officials to visit Mailidi in the northern province. What is their intention? The government should be ashamed of itself for allowing foreign powers to infiltrate into our domestic affairs even before signing the agreements.